so you chose not testing. Either way is great. If you chose to watch both, that's fine too. You know, sometimes it's good to not make a decision until you've seen both sides. So as far as the not testing goes, we really want to give the kids then the opportunity to have as much experience with these words as possible. And I broke this down even in the testing video, but you really don't want your first graders especially to have too many words all at once. So from the beginning of the year, you want to start them with 10 words per week. If you break that down, we're doing a 4-day week, so it's about 2 words per day, you know, add 1 to a couple of the days since we're not doing a 5-day week. And then have them play with those words on Spelling City, which is, again, www.spellingcity.com. To have like flashcards that you help them to make that have the phonograms underlined, all the markings and stuff on it, is always a great thing to do too. Have them jumping on the trampoline and spelling the words. Anything that you can do to do a crossover with their arms. So if they're doing jumping jacks, make sure they're crossing over because it engages both sides of the brain and makes them actually remember it a lot better. So if you can have them doing those kinds of things, they can, you know, spell them with refrigerator magnets on the refrigerator or anything you can possibly think of. Some of you are probably way more creative than I am, and you can come up with a million other things that they could do. So just use those creative abilities, get them doing all kinds of stuff with them, and just play with the words. And then at the end of the week, if you want to give them an oral test, hey, spell for me not. You know, spell 10. They love to do that, and just make it random. Just like, hey, spell 10 while you're making dinner, or, you know, setting the table, hey, spell am. It's good for them to do. And, you know, if you're worried that they're not mastering it, when you do that assessment in 2nd grade, that's kind of what that's for. Is if you need to go back just a little bit, that's okay. Just go back, you know, 2 or 3 lists. I wouldn't go too much further than that. Because they're, you know, they're going to continue to get the repetition, and eventually they're going to know them. So don't stress out about it. That's not the point of these. So I already showed you. Start at the beginning of the year with 1st grade, 10 words a week. About a quarter of the way through, 15 words a week. So again, if you're breaking that down to 4 days, it's something like 3 or 4 somewhere in there each day. 20 words per week, that's 5 a day. Then 2nd and 3rd grade, oh, and sorry, you're going to do this about halfway through the year. You're going to start them on the 20 words per week and finish out the year with 20 words. 2nd and 3rd grade, you're going to do 20 words a week just from the get-go. Just start them right off. They should be used to it. They've worked up to it. They're ready to go. So that's 5 words per day. And so just make sure that, you know, like I said already, they're getting lots to play with. You know, and if you're doing this method, you're going to also want to make sure that you're going through the phonograms a lot, because when you're not testing, it is easy to forget that you need to review those things. So, you know, there are pros and cons to testing or not testing, but I personally think this is my preferred method. I don't want to be testing. And, yeah, so just assess every year where they're at. Just see how much they have mastered if you're really not sure and you're feeling insecure in that. And don't move ahead if you do an assessment in the 2nd grade and you find that they're more advanced. Unless they are extremely advanced, say for example in 2nd grade, and you're finding that they're doing an 8th and 9th grade level, okay, then move them ahead, like several. But if they're, you know, just a little bit ahead, just keep them at the scope and sequence that I'm going to outline for you later. So the next video, I am just going to go through just a little bit more of how to go through this. I'm going to show you how to dictate, teach you a little bit about the spelling rules, and give you a little bit of scope and sequence for how to do this stuff. So a little bit about the learning logs and some of the cards. So, all right, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.